Hi, thanks for joining us for another dialogue with the director. I'm Dana Basantes, and we're here with the director, Mike Register, and we're going to talk about the newcomings in the new year. So thanks for being with us.
Hey, I appreciate you having me, and hopefully we'll put out some information today that will be valuable to all.
So let's get right into it.
Okay.
The new year, county's growing. What can you tell us about the vacancies?
We have some. When you look at DPS as a whole, we have about 2,000 people that works across the 5 agencies. But when we start to look at our sworn personnel, we see that we have some challenges. As you know, population is going up. Demand for public safety services is relative to the increase in population. Our step call-outs have increased 31% in the last few years. But when we specifically start looking at vacancies as of this past Monday, and as you know, you're part of it, we have an operational meeting at 2 o'clock every Monday, and we look at our vacancies. And we do that so the agency heads can look at the current vacancies, and we can discuss any operational options that need to take place because of those vacancies. When we look at police sworn right now, as of Monday, I think we had 89 vacancies. Fire, right at 108, I believe, this past Monday, which is huge, and it has a tremendous impact on the sworn personnel that are out there doing the job currently. And then 911, when you look at 911's vacancies, 156, 158 authorized positions. We have, I think, this past Monday, 28. So we have some challenges that we certainly have to address, because, as I stated, it impacts the community that we serve, how quickly we can respond. But you know, you really have to look at the tremendous job that the men and women who are out there working very hard because of not only the job itself, but the pressure that those vacancies create on them. So my hat's off to each and every one of them. What a tremendous job that all of our men and women who work in DPS does on a daily basis, and I really appreciate that.
I second that. Thank you, everyone. And can you tell us a little bit about what we plan on doing maybe to overcome those challenges with the vacancies?
You know, there's not one solution. I think that what we're going to have to do is address the problem in a sequential manner. One of the big issues right now that I'm having to deal with, and when I say me, I'm talking about the leadership in the county and in DPS, involves step and grade. As you may know, in June of 2023, the compensation policy was changed. And that change had a direct impact on step and grade, because if you were in the step and grade program, then you would not receive merit above max if you had maxed out at step 16. And the issue is that we have about 340 employees in DPS, the fire department, the police department, and the sheriff's department that possibly, if we stay stagnant and static and we don't look for solutions, that possibly will not get any type of merit increase. Now, as you go back and you look at some of the reasons that step and grade was instituted, you know, there's pros and cons. There were times when other employees within the county didn't get merit raises, but the step and grade program, you were assured to at least get your step increase if your performance met standards, which is about 2.9%. But with every system that you create, you have to constantly evaluate that system and analyze that system to make sure that it's functioning like you projected that it would function, and some of the fallacies that you identifying the system, you try to fix them. And I do believe that with 343 of our employees not getting any type of merit, it's going to have a tremendous impact on their morale and possibly their longevity here. Mm-hmm. The good news is that leadership in the county appreciates the men and women of public safety. The leadership in the county acknowledges that this is a problem that we need to address in some form or fashion. And so when I say address it sequentially, I believe we're really going to have to work hard with our county leadership to look at some possible solutions or recommendations that we can take forward to the county manager, to the Board of Commissioners for the short-term fix. And when I say the short-term fix, to make sure that approximately 340 of our hardworking men and women, you know, are not left on the sideline with no type of merit for their performance. Mm-hmm. We have a couple of options that we're exploring. We are looking at numbers because we want to make sure that number one is feasible, and when we go forward with the recommendation, and make sure that we have all the information that the Board of Commissioners and the chairwoman needs in order to, you know, make a decision on what they want to do in concert with the county manager. And so if we're able to address that short-term solution and get one in place, then of course, if we continue to be static after that, we're going to be in the same place next year that we are now. And so hopefully we can do the short-term solution, and then we can work toward a long-term. And when I say long-term, really what I'm meaning is finding an enduring solution to the step and grade issue. I don't know what that is going to look like. I want to do the short term first, and then I want to work with leadership to find that long-term enduring solution for the full spectrum of DPS, especially the step and grade program.
Well, that's a whole lot of information, and definitely been on everyone's mind, I'm sure, because everyone's talking about it, so we appreciate you addressing that today. I'm sure in the next coming episodes we can probably say a little bit more or expand on those short and long-term solutions.
I just want to add one thing too, and I want to make sure that everybody that works in the Department of Public Safety, and also to include the Sheriff's Office, I want them to understand that their leadership is working very hard on a daily basis to help me find solutions to keep this problem in the forefront. And so the command and all of DPS, to include the Sheriff's Office, they're really working to get that information and to come up with those recommendations. And so I appreciate the partnership that I have with all the agencies' leadership, the partnership we have with the Sheriff's Department, but also appreciate the Board of Commissioners, the chairwoman, and the county manager's dedication to public safety and ensuring that public safety has what it needs in order to service this great community we call Cobb County.
Well, we appreciate you coming on today and telling us about all these challenges and the solutions that we have to look forward to. Like I said, we'll probably hit more on this in the next episode, so make sure that you watch out for that. And thank you for being here with us today. We do have a couple of announcements. We've got the fire graduation that takes place on February 1st at 2 o'clock at PD training. And following that, on Valentine's Day, our PD mandate class will also be graduating at 2 o'clock at PD training as well. So stay tuned for another episode. I'm Dana Basantes, DPS Communications, and thank you, Director.
Well, thank you.